UK will build up to 12 new attack submarines, the Prime Minister has announced, as the government unveils its major defence review. The new conventionally armed, nuclear-powered submarines will replace the 7-strong Astute class from the late 2030s onwards. Sir Keir Starmer said the government will adopt a NATO-first stance towards defence, so that everything it does adds to the strength of the alliance. The threat posed by Moscow has been a key part of the government's pitch-ahead review, led by ex-Labour Defence Secretary Lord Robertson, which was commissioned by Labour shortly after it took office last July. The report will make 62 recommendations, which the government is expected to accept in full. Speaking to BBC Radio 4's Today programme ahead of its publication, Sir Keir said the danger posed by Russia cannot be ignored and the best way to deter conflict was to prepare for it. The government has committed to increasing UK defence spending from 2.3% to 2.5% of national income by 2027, a move welcomed by opposition parties amid a growing consensus on boosting military expenditure. The PM told an audience at the BAE Systems shipyard in Govan, Glasgow that he was 100% confident the plans, including £15 billion on nuclear warheads and thousands of new long-range weapons, could be delivered on current funding plans. The government says it has an ambition to hit the target by 2034 at the latest, after the next general election, but the Conservatives say the move, which would hike spending by around £20 billion a year, should be met by the end of the decade. Sir Keir said he would only commit the government to a timescale when he knew how it could be paid for, adding a date would otherwise be performative. Shadow Defence Secretary James Cartledge said Labour's review should be taken with a pinch of salt unless the government showed there would be enough money to pay for it. The Liberal Democrats have said Labour's 2034 timeline is far too late and have suggested an earlier date should be found in cross-party talks. The party's defence spokesperson Helen Maguire called for a concrete commitment on funding to back up the submarines announcement, adding that Labour had left serious questions over how the project would be financed. Defence Secretary John Healey has signalled he is not aiming to increase the overall size of the army before the next general election. The £15 billion investment into the warhead programme will back the government's commitments to maintain the continuous at-sea nuclear deterrent. In his announcement, Sir Keir is to repeat a Labour manifesto commitment to deliver the Dreadnought class of nuclear-armed submarines, which are due to replace the ageing Vanguard fleet from the early 2030s onwards.